I'm going to make a very bold statement, and it's to all Liverpool supporters and football supporters, not only in the UK, but throughout the world. Liverpool Football Club, you cannot play football like you did today against Nottingham Forest and in previous games so badly and expect to win silverware this season. There, I've said it. Tell me what you think. The reason why I've said that is because the league's gone. Losing 6 out of 7 games, too far behind. We've got too many things wrong to fix, and we can't do it with the way the season's going to pan out. The Champions League, we're not going to go any further than what we did last season playing the way we are. And the only other thing we can look forward to is the FA Cup. But again, because we're short on numbers, we'll be putting out a weakened side for definite in January. And we may scrape through 3rd round, 4th round, but we won't make the final. Let's put the microscope on it and see what's going wrong with Liverpool Football Club. The defence, too weak, leaving too many gaps, not challenging, giving the opposition too many opportunities. Midfield, lacking inspiration, desire, domination. Attack, too few chances created, too many wasted balls into the box that are cleared, just not good enough. Forest, on the other hand, well, they absorbed what we could throw at them for the first 30 odd minutes until they scored their first goal. You know, we were okay then. Yes, we had plenty of possession. Yes, we're keeping the passing going. Yes, we're doing the slow build-up in and around Forest's penalty box. But come on, Arnie Slot. I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's not working. This slow, ponderous build-up, it's not working. Ditch it. Get rid of it. Come on, let's start moving the ball quicker. Stretching defences. We've got to do it. You know, that's the only way we're going to beat sides. This slow thing isn't working. No, definitely not. But Forest, as I say, score from a set piece. That's another deficiency that we have. 33rd minute, left wing corner, came across. Morello, the central defender, had time to touch it once and then thump the ball home. Alisson was claiming that one of the Nottingham Forest players was in his way, just very similar to the goal that was disallowed at Manchester City. And I'm not going to go down that track and cause controversy. That's been and gone. But in this instance, they said the guy didn't move. He did move his right foot towards his left, but Alisson could see the ball. He just couldn't get to it. And so the goal was given. VAR backed up the referee's decision that it was a goal, and away we went. And from then on, the players started to lose confidence. It was draining out of them. They looked nervous, tentative. So from the 33rd minute right through to the 90 plus 5th minute, we were atrocious. We were rubbish. We didn't do anything. Yes, we huffed and puffed a bit. We got to half time, 1-0 down by luck. And we thought, let's hope there's going to be a bit of a change in the second half. Maybe change in personnel. And whatever magic words Arnie Slot would say to his team. But no. From the whistle to start the second phase, we didn't switch on. And in less than 40 seconds, we were 2-0 down. Nico Williams, a left back, got into our penalty box. A half-hearted attempt by Alexi McAllister. Saw Williams get past him. Laid off the pass. Bang, in the back of the net. 2-0. It was all uphill after that. Yes, we made changes. Kanate was brought off and Ekitike on in the 55th minute. Isak, who started the game in the first half, only had one touch. the supplier ball wasn't getting through to him. That's because the Forest back line was so solid, outstanding. Morello, as well as scoring, he was outstanding. He was fantastic. I'd rate him 9.5 out of 10. He loses half a mark for that dirty foul when Liverpool were on attack in the first half and he took the player down deliberately so his side could regroup. Usually, not only you get a free kick, but you get a yellow card. But not today. He just got a free kick against him. For us, we had Isak and Ekitike for 12 minutes, spearheading the attack. But still, we weren't getting supply a ball to them. Forest pulled all 11 men back behind the ball. Well, they were 2-0 up by then. It was really good for them. For us, we kept putting the ball down the right. Mo Salah was having an indifferent afternoon against Williams. He did get away from him a couple of times, but unfortunately the central defence cut him off. Gakpo faded from the first half showing. Second half wasn't there. Didn't challenge for the ball. If it's a 50-50 ball, you can guarantee he'll lose it. And so, after 78 minutes, Morgan Gibbs White made it 3-0. Too easy. In disarray. And it could have been 4-0. Tell me what you think about Igor Jesus's disallowed goal for handball. The referee gave it on the pitch. The VAR videos, even the slow motion. It was inconclusive for me. It looked as though it hit him on the shoulder or just below here, and they deemed it handball. Anyway, they backed up the referee and disallowed the goal. But I thought if there was controversy over the first goal, then I thought that one balanced it out. I think Forest were lucky, but they scored one and got one disallowed. Well, for Liverpool, where do we go from here? Well, we haven't got much time to turn it around. We've got a midweek game, Champions League at home against PSV Eindhoven. And then next week, we've got 3 league games in 7 days. 2 away and 1 at home. Not going to be easy. But as a squad, they've got to stay together. They've got to work hard. They've got to train. And they've got to try and start turning this around. Got to start winning games. And winning soon. Otherwise, we're going to limp to January. Hopefully not too much more damage. And there we need to get Harvey Elliott back from Aston Villa. His loan deal. We're still paying his wages. We need more bodies on the ground. You can see that with the subs bench. I'm not disrespecting Naoni or Engamoa, but when you see them on the bench with a couple of first teamers, when everybody else is out injured, Frimpong was still injured, wasn't able to come back. And so, we need to get Harvey Elliott back into midfield, sign a central defender, and maybe a striker. Although I don't know about strikers. We should have enough. If we can get Ekitike and Isak scoring, then we could be onto something. But overall, when we have players injured, like Frimpong and Bradley, then we put Dominic Szoboszlai at right back. Yes, he's good at that position, but taking him out the midfield weakens our midfield. That's where he's best off. He is an outstanding player, and he's shown it this season, above all the gloom. But putting him back there, I think was wrong. I think Joe Gomez would have been better at right back and leave Szoboszlai in the middle, and then we might have get a bit more traction, but we didn't. But at the end of the day, we were thumped. So I need to congratulate Sean Dyche. That's his second win in 13 games with 2 different teams, Burnley and now Nottingham Forest. And also, he's taken, with the 3 points, Nottingham Forest out of the relegation zone. So he'll be a happy man on the bus going back to Nottingham after the game. But whatever what you say about him, he's a good tactician. in his post-match interview, he did say that everybody is pulling in the same direction. You know, everybody put a shift in, and he's got quality. And he was missing Chris Wood and David Luiz today. They weren't even in the match day squad, both injured. So he's got players missing, just like Liverpool have. But somehow they work for each other. You know, they roll their sleeves up and they work their socks off. And that's the result. Thumping the champions 3-0 at home at Anfield. And it's 60 years. You have to go back to 1965. And since Liverpool lost consecutive games 3-0. So the history books are all being rewritten again. Arne Slot's got a lot on his plate. He's got a lot to ponder. Where he goes from here, we'll have to wait and see. But he has to do something. He has to make changes with what he's got for the time being. And also, what's on the horizon is Szoboszlai's on 4 yellow cards. If he got one today, he'd have 1 match ban. Gravenberg and Chiesa picked up yellow cards. They must be getting close to 5 matches where they've got to step down for a game. And we don't want suspensions now on top of injuries. It's going to decimate us. Thank you for watching my video. Please look out for my next video, which will be the match preview of the Champions League midweek game at Anfield, PSV Eindhoven. That will be an interesting and intriguing clash. So until then, take care and goodbye for now.